Good morning. Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. I am out and about today, and I'm down at the shelter. Fixing to make a fire. Got some ideas of a few things I'd like to try to accomplish today. And I'm sitting here just thinking about how beautiful this day is. Look at that beautiful bluebird sky. Gorgeous, gorgeous day. I was sitting here and I had me a piece of fat lighter and I was shaving some of the wood off and making some little curls like this, and thinking about videos that I've watched and how people make their videos and how perfect they seem to be. My videos are far from perfect, that's for sure. You know, sitting there or kneeling here actually, and I was working that piece of wood and stuff's flying here and flying there, and what I was trying to do is just catch it here on this wood, and I want to use my ferro rod. I like using the ferro rod. It's fun to use the ferro rod. This one I got from Uberleben, I believe is how you pronounce it. Something about surviving. I've got one of my more knives I've been using, but it comes with a little striker. And that thing throws sparks well. So I'm going to get this fire going and see. My plan is to catch it here and then to have it build up. And probably need to move it a little further back into the fire bed here. We'll see how this is going to work. Y'all stand by. I'm always down here experimenting, playing around. That catches nicely, and it doesn't take much to catch it up, and then you just start building it up from there. Look at that, that's a good flame. I guess in the world of bushcrafting I should have smaller pieces. Seems to be all these rules. Do this, do that, don't do this. This works for me, it don't work for me. I think you have to get out yourself and find out what does and what doesn't work. Watching these videos will make you frustrated. Probably watching my videos will make you frustrated. But this is good therapy for a person to get out into the woods or a woodlot or your backyard or your front yard and practice doing these things for, like, when you go camping or hunting, or you may find yourself in a situation to where you have to do this. And this is the time to be practicing, when you're safe and when you're not hungry and cold. And if you ever find yourself in those situations, your chances of survival are greatly increased because you put the time in to get out and practice your knife work, your wood gathering, your fire building. And that is coming along well. Got it built up nicely. Collected some wood. And I got a good fire going. I was thinking about working on my chair a little bit today. It's been a while since I've come down here and worked on it. So I'm going to do that and see how far along we can get. What's up, Skipper? What's up, buddy? So we'll see how we can do on that today. What I'm doing, working on these little cross pieces for the back. Taking a little coping saw, and I've worked this little split. My vise is sitting here doing all kind of, OSHA would not approve of this for sure, so I'm having to be real careful But this is the best vise I have right now. And just working my way down. And the wedge will fit in there. Where's it at? Right here. The wedge. I'm going to make some wedges. And the idea is for that to, as the wedge is pushed, it'll create the friction in the hole and wedge that in there, make it tighter. But I'm also going to attempt to make some glue using pine resin and some ash. So this is what I'm doing here, and this is a slow process. You can see doing all this by hand, you can get some funky cuts. Where's this one? Yeah, that one right there got funky on me. The blade, you got to hold this thing a certain way, or this blade it'll twist. And just like using any type of handsaw, if you put, however you move your hand, and then it's going to cut, and you just try to hold it as steady as possible. So I've got a few more of these to do, and then I'm going to see about making some glue. Old Primitive Pete down here with his tools. I got crookards on that one. That one was pretty straight. But either way, I'm gonna make them work. This is the part that is tedious and time consuming. And this is, y'all have seen this before, but I've got to do all the parts like that, so you know, there's been some time since I've worked on that chair, and I sit here and think, man, how many hours would it actually take to sit here and complete this chair? It would be a lot. I probably have maybe an hour to 2 hours maybe total. I don't know, I've forgotten. I've been sitting here now for about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes working on those little cross pieces. And it's time consuming, but you know, if you were somewhere in a camp and you were just trying to pass the time by, this is how it would be done. Making things, building things. And got my fire. I'm trying to get a good hot bed of coals going. But I'm also thinking I'm fixing to get me a fire going over there, because I've got something that I want to cook today, and I'm looking forward to that. One of the cool things about living in the Southeast, there's really never a shortage of fire making material. If you look above me here, all these vines, these things are constantly self-pruning. And when I say that, they die off, and this stuff becomes just great fire making material, and it is laying everywhere. If you look here, look at all this stuff. However, there was one situation, or one time some friends and I, we went down to the Conecuh National Forest, which is right there on the Alabama and Florida line. And they had done some prescribed burns. So when we got in there, it was really open, and all the stuff on the ground, the debris had been burnt. And that was really one of the few times that I've been somewhere and it would have been hard to get fires going. I mean, you could have done it, but it would really take some time to gather the material. But if you'll just look here, all these vines, that stuff is dry. And it is all over the ground. You have to be careful with some of it because it has these nasty thorns. But I'm going to try to break that and just pop, snap, crackle, pop. So that's a pretty good thing about being in the Southeast here. Fire making material is in abundance. Alright, so it took me a little break from the chair. This, like I said, this part right here is just real tedious to me. And I'm not going to bore you guys with every detail about the chair. Hopefully, I'm going to get this chair finished and it's not going to become firewood. It's funny. I have all these ideas. You know, it's fun to try it. But it is getting, I guess I'm getting bored with it. So I'm having to take it in steps. But I do have something that I have been looking forward to. And this is not going to be boring at all. I got a nice tomahawk ribeye for my birthday. And I'm going to cook this thing up today, and I'm going to consume it. I have been looking forward to getting one of these steaks for some years now. And I finally got one. So I'm going to work on the chair. I'm going to cook the steak. And it's going to be a good day. All right, real quick. The wood. I've got some good wood today that I'm going to use. Usually, good wood to cook with, of course, is oak. Hickory is a good wood. And pecan is a great wood. Funny thing about pecan and hickory, they're in the same family. The Carya family, I believe how you pronounce that. So I've got my fire pit ready. And I want to get this fire going and get this steak cooked. And I'm looking forward to just sitting around like a caveman and eating the tomahawk ribeye steak. Yes. All right, well, I've managed to get to a point where I'm going to stop. I have got all these pieces cut for the wedges on the back part. And I have collected a lot of pine pitch. This stuff will, when a pine tree gets a wound, it'll seep. And you're talking about some good fire making material too. Straight up piney scent there. You see that? But I'll heat this stuff up and I'll mix in some ash and hopefully we'll make a nice pine pitch type glue material. It's been a long time since I've made that, a very long time. And that's what I'm going to use to help put all this together when I get to that point. So this is the back. I'm going to start on the other pieces that'll come out to form the seat. Since I've gotten this far, got all these pieces, little slits cut for the wedges, like I said. So I'm at a point where I'm going to stop with the chair for the day. Thought I'd give y'all an update on that. I know some of you guys are looking forward to it. I'm going to get this chair done. I shouldn't have said what I said about it becoming firewood. Have to push through, and I will do that. Man, my wife is so good to me. Thank you, babe. Check out that piece of meat right there. I have no words at the moment. Oh my goodness, I flipped that thing. Ooh wee. That's flame broiled for sure right there. Cooking on a fire really enhances the flavor of the food to me. And it's fun. Like I said before, this is good therapy. I highly recommend you guys getting out. If it's just getting in your backyard, get your little fire pit made, cook on it. Have a fire, sit around it, stare at it. It's good for you. Something about cooking with wood, that pecan has a real pleasant aroma to it. Carya is the family that it's in. It's in the same family as hickory, but it's not as hard as hickory. Hickory will wear out a chainsaw, but I'm gonna tell you what, it splits real good and it cooks. Man, you can cook some good stuff on hickory. I've got some oak. I've been splitting some little pieces. This is yeah, it's a red oak. It's a bastard oak, and that's in the Quercus. Yes, the Quercus family is the oaks. Tree nerd coming out in me. Man, I love the smell of that. It's got such a pleasant, almost a sweet smell. All right, this thing is looking amazing. The drippings, I can hear it. Meat drippings. Man, I don't understand people who don't want to eat meat. But I get it. I mean, if you want to do that, you do your thing. But wow, man. Man, it's, ooh, Meat drippings and meat wafting. Those are kind of interesting phrases, huh? This is going to be good. A ribeye, tomahawk ribeye steak. Let's just look at it one more time as it's cooking. Getting that smoke. Good ash down there. I'm getting choked by the smoke. This is going to be so good. Oh, man. I imagine cavemen, they fought when they were eating if they ate like this. That's going to be some good eats right there. Sitting here thinking about that steak. How do you guys like to eat your steaks? I like mine rare to medium rare. More to rare than medium rare. Man, those juices just, when you bite into it and it's, you know, just, yeah, that's not, you know you're eating well then. While I'm sitting here waiting on that steak to finish up, I found part of a bottle in the creek sometime in the past, and on the bottom, the words, it's from the United Kingdom. That's where it says it was made. W.M. Teacher and Sons Limited. That would have been a cool bottle. You know it's got some age on it. You don't see bottles made like this day and time. It's pretty cool. But I kept it because of the writing on it. So every now and then I find some interesting things along this little creek, and that was one of them. You want to see what I'm seeing? That's going to be so good. I'm ready to eat it now. I'm going to let it go a little longer. All right. This is what I've been waiting for. So, I'm going to cut just a little piece here. Got some, oh man, some good fat. Mmm. Look at that. Man. I'll get one more. Sorry for the intelligible language there. Oh man. I want to say thank you to the cow that gave its life for this tomahawk ribeye. Again, I don't understand people. No, I don't even get it. If you don't eat meat, it's so good to us, so good for us too. Wow. It picks right off the bone. So, today's turned into an awesome day. Worked on the chair. And now I'm going to get that project finished. And I think it'll be a nice chair. And I finally, out of all these years, got to cook me a tomahawk rib. I hope this is not the only one I get to do. Oh my goodness. That bone creates such a good flavor. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you were here to share this steak with me. I'm going to go share it with my wife and whoever else at the house wants to eat some. And if you don't want to eat it, oh man, look at that. Oh. Just eat like a caveman. That is so good. Appreciate everyone following along. Don't forget to hit that like button. And Lord willing, I'll see you later on down the road. Y'all take care.